Welcome back everyone to more of our My Team gameplay of Formula 1 2020. And if you take a look at the top left hand side of the screen, you notice there's really not a whole lot that's going to happen between now and the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. There's not really a lot of time there. So we're going to have to be very quick and calculated about any changes that we make because we don't really have a lot of time for any improvements through R&D, that type of stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at the activities. And of course, only 2 days. The good news is all three of these are just 2 days. Now you guys can probably figure out very quickly what I am looking for. And yes, it's going to be the sponsor activity because we want to get that team acclaim and of course driver acclaim as well as high as we can get it. So we're going to go ahead and add that activity. That'll take care of all of that. So there we have that part taken care of. We have 6.86 million. Now, in trying to determine where do we spend our money, because of course we're getting closer and closer to the end of our season, our abbreviated season. So before I spend all of our money, we need to take into account how much more we're going to have coming in, which is not going to be a lot, and what kind of costs we're going to have before next season. The big question mark for me right now is what happens at the end of the season. All right, I know there are a lot of question marks around what happens with the car, and do we just get to keep what we've gotten so far in this season, or are there changes? Are there things that become illegal that we're going to have to work around, lose performance, all those sorts of things? And I'm very much looking forward to seeing how that works. But also, I'm estimating that there's going to be a nice payout at the end of the year from the Formula One governing body based on our finishing positions and so on. So I have no idea what that's going to be. So there's a lot of unknowns right now. So for that reason, I'm going to take probably the last couple of races and try to save up a little bit of money. So in looking at that, let's first go over to corporate because it's got something else. Oh, it's customization that it wants us to take a look at. We're not worried about that. But I do want to look at contracts. So if we want to keep Alesi, then $2.5 million is what we're going to have to pay him up front. So we know we need at least that much. And then, of course, we've got our manufacturers, our engines, and all that we have to purchase before next season. So there's a lot going on the financial side of things. But as far as from a day-to-day operational standpoint, we're doing great on our finances. So let's come back over to R&D, take a quick look at the R&D we have. We have 1,096 R&D points. I'm not sure that we have enough to really do anything. What is next for the weight reduction? Okay, 1150. So we're just shy of making that happen. What about tire wear? That's 650. All right, that would be nice. Another minor tire wear. Let's see what that. Oh, that's major tire wear. Okay. All right, I like that. But again, I'm all about trying to get that weight down as much as we can. And you can see by the extension we get, the increase we get from that major weight reduction, that is going to be a huge weight reduction. It's going to put us well up toward the front of the pack, actually, as far as the weight. So if we come back from that, let's take a look at aero. Aero, we're getting closer and closer to basically just being mid-pack with this. So what happens if we can, I don't know what this upgrade is, but I'm guessing it's some sort of major upgrade maybe for downforce. But yeah, we're starting to get into the territory of sort of middle of the pack with these, with our next few upgrades. So I like the sound of that. Yeah, this is looking much better. So of course, where we're not middle of the pack is on the engine side of things. We are definitely down on engine. We'll have a chance to maybe choose a different engine for next season. But yeah, we can do a few things here and there, but yeah, we haven't done a whole lot here on the engine side of things. And I'm honestly not terribly inclined to start right now. This late into the season. I really want to just focus on a couple of things, being chassis and Arrow. So I'm going to not spend our 1,096 because I really want that to be spent on our next upgrade. Let's see, minor on front downforce. Oh wait, I do like that now. Let's go ahead and do that. I actually forgot that we had that available. I was thinking that was a major upgrade that we were going to need some more points. So absolutely, let's try to do this. And again, we're hoping for no failures when this happens because we want to get these done as soon as possible. Okay, I like it. Certainly like that. All right, let's come back to our facilities. And we had talked about durability allowing us more resource point generation for only 4.5 million. And I say only because everything else I believe was 6 million. So let's go ahead and upgrade this. And this might be the last facility upgrade we do for this season. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. Okay, of course it'll take a few days to complete that upgrade, but then we're going to get even more resource points per week. I like it. All right, so the last thing I need to take a look at is our power unit. So we started getting some messages in the last one, which was, I believe, the ICE, which is what we're taking a look at. And you notice here that it is indeed in the yellow. What about the rest? So this one is 69%. Yeah, that's definitely getting toward the end. 55 and then 67%. I don't like that one either. All right, so this one should be good. So we're in the last third of the season, so I guess it makes sense that we would need to use this final component. All right, so let's go ahead and change out the ICE, so the engine itself. Let's fit that one. No penalty for this action. I want to make sure of that, even though we're going to be in the back anyway. I always like to know if we're going to generate a penalty with our actions. Okay, same thing here. And we're going to move this over and fit that component. Once again, no penalty. All right, I like it. So that did move over, yeah. All right, so fit that component, no penalties. So that should bring our overall wear down quite a bit. Not to zero, of course, because we still got a couple of components that are going to carry over some wear. But all right, that looks good. Our gearbox, we actually swapped gearboxes before the last race because actually after I stopped recording with you guys, a message popped up as we were headed for the track. And it said, by the way, you've already run your 6 races on this particular gearbox. Would you like to swap over to a new one? So I went ahead and did that. Luckily for us, the gearbox wasn't a huge issue as far as wear. So I'm hoping that as we continue to make upgrades, and eventually whenever we get to durability upgrades, I'm hoping that all of that will take care of itself. All right, low cash. Warning, we do not currently have enough cash to afford our contract renewal. Okay, we know that, but I'm hoping we're going to get some more money and take care of that before we actually get to that spot. But I do appreciate the reminder. All right, looks like everything is good. Let's go ahead and advance time, do that sponsorship event, spend just a little bit of money, but it is definitely worth it for the team acclaim we get. So everything is done. All of the preparations are done. It's time to head to Monza.
World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. Let me ask you about the new Racing Point driver. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Vettel, Albon, Sainz, Ocon, and Sergio Perez. Kvyat, Gasly, Lance Stroll, and Norris, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, and Roman Grosjean. Russell, Alesi, the rookie, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
All right, folks, it is race time here at Monza, and unfortunately for us, there was a bit of an interesting situation regarding qualifying and the race. So I did my normal routine in practice, which is basically to say I only ran 2 or 3 laps, enough to complete a couple of the early programs to get a few resource points, and then I was just trying to save the car, save the engine, save the gearbox, and so on. But then we came to qualifying, and I knew qualifying was going to be in the wet. Turns out it was on inters. And I knew I was going to be in trouble because I didn't want to change my setup because I knew the race, based on the information I was getting from my team, was going to be in the dry. So I didn't want to change to a wet setup, and I had no laps here in the wet. So it was pretty comical, honestly, to make laps around this track in the wet. But once again, just like I told you in the last race at Spa, it is lots of fun to do so. But here we are, it's race time, not a cloud in the sky, and we're looking for some great weather. It's going to be very interesting. We're starting, of course, in the rear of the field, right behind our teammate, which, by the way, if you take a look to the right-hand side of the screen, it is really nice. It gives you a feeling of pride to be able to see one of your team cars out beside you. Now, we would prefer to be a little farther up in the grid. However, it's still the same sense of pride to see another car from your racing stable out there with you. So, as far as setup, I took a stab at it. We have very low downforce. I have not run any laps on the soft tires, so we're going to see what happens. We've got what is sure to be a very interesting turn 1 and lap 1 overall. I'm hoping we survive and can come home with a great finish. So with that in mind, let's get to it. Here we go. Lights about to go out. 13 laps at Monza. All right, let's see if we can survive this first lap. Wow, hard on the brakes here. 2 and 3 wide in front of us. Trying to give whoever's on my right some room. All right, now they've fallen back behind us. So how did we do? 19th. All right, not bad. I felt what might have been a little bit of contact. But right now, basically, that's all I'm trying to do.
Great first lap. Keep it up.
First lap is not over, my man. So I'm trying to find a rhythm. It's going to take a few laps to do that. Then we'll see what kind of race pace we've got. All right, let's see what these guys behind me have is as important as anything. See if I'm going to have to worry about you see that the leader's already gotten back to the line to start lap number 2. Again, was not trying to pass right there. Just trying to get everybody room, and there is not enough room in that chicane to go through there 2 by 2. But somehow, we got through there. I don't know how. But yeah, that was not intended to be a passing maneuver. But we will take it. Really tight going through there. I got to adjust some things. And how I get through that section of corners. That just, I'm not good at all through there. Not that I'm great at any of these, but I'm definitely weak, and I'm also weak through here. And it's just really, more than anything, it's just practice. That inside curbing on that last chicane there, boy, that really likes to upset the car. Yeah, this, just like anything else, trying to learn these Formula One cars on a track that thankfully I do know. Okay, let's see if we get anybody from behind.
And in the DRS zone.
We're gonna have to start worrying about them. On the brakes way early. It's all about practice and feeling comfortable with the car. Braking points, turn-in points, all those sorts of things. A little better, maybe. Well, I missed the apex badly there. Yeah, just need a lot of laps. See, we're definitely getting pressure from behind. As expected, Grosjean is... See, I thought he might try something there. That was not a good corner either. All right, these guys in front are starting to pull away. So I did not make any adjustments to the difficulty here. We're still at 90 as we were in the last race. I am greatly enjoying the challenge. I do feel that we're farther back than we should be, but that's on me to take care of that. Yeah, they're definitely killing me through this section of corner. That was better. Probably the best I've done so far in this race through that last right-hander. Maybe that'll keep us out of the grips of those behind us for... Yeah, can't quite go through there flat out, which is what I need to be. That's going to leave us a sitting duck at some point. I got to think Grosjean is coming for us if I can't get through that chicane better. We pulled him a little bit.
We're leading our teammate by 3.7 seconds.
And once again, we're ahead of our teammate. All right, so far so good. I'm not going to call it pretty because it's definitely not pretty, but we're getting there. So we've got the other Haas car right in front of us. We're in the middle of a Haas sandwich right now. That was not a good corner at all. Feeling that dirty air behind Kevin. That was probably the cleanest I've gotten through that section, well, ever. Considering my ever before this race was about 3 laps. A lot more speed there in the parabolica for me. I just have to find it. Setup feels pretty good.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the hards.
Ooh, we're going to go on the hard tires. Honestly, not sure why we're going to the hard. I'll lift those rear tires up there. Yeah, not sure why we're going to the hards. Would have thought maybe the mediums. All right, not too bad. Luckily, Grosjean is dealing with the same thing I am with this dirty air. Yep, back end does not like that curve. All right, so here comes Grosjean. I'm not going to try to block him. Woo, hello. Oh, he came right at us there. All right, so let's see what we can do with him on the straightaway here. Apparently nothing. All right, you can see he has definitely got some speed on us. So he was being very... Oh, hello. Blew that corner. But yeah, he must have been being very patient with us. Because he is running away right now. And I mean running away. Of course, my lack of driving skill right now is certainly not helping anything, but there we go. That was a little better. All right, so now, of course, we got pit stops coming up. I want to see how we fare compared to Grosjean. All right, so he's coming into the pit, so we'll have to wait on that.
We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap.
All right, there we go.
Giuliano is coming in for his stop.
Yeah, I've definitely used up the rear tires, no doubt about that.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.2 seconds.
Lots of speed I can gain through there. Every time I go through these corners, that's what I'm thinking about. It's like, wow, where do I need to be better? And it's... Ooh, Magnussen not having a good time.
Green flag. Okay, some information on Magnussen. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Hit that thing again. I clip it almost
There's
every
5
time.
laps of fuel remaining.
All right, here we go. Good parabolica. All right, there we go. So we're in the pits. Of course, the AI is taking over now. Pit's a very busy place, as you can imagine. There's our wonderful bright colors.
Exit now.
Oh, he got excited. He got very excited.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
No more scheduled pit stops. All right. That is a very awkward position to regain control of the car, right in mid-braking zone. All right, here in just a moment, whenever I get a chance to breathe, I'll take a look and see where we are. We should have been toward the back end of the pits sequence there. course, now we're on hard tires, so that changes my braking points, entry points, all of that stuff. All right, so it looks like we're in 17th. Not sure how that happened. How on earth did we leapfrog Grosjean or anybody else? Let's see. So we got Grosjean, Russell. Yeah, Grosjean in particular. I'm very surprised. Not disappointed, mind you, but very surprised. So we'll see if he's able to run us down.
Is 4.8 seconds.
Spend a lot of time full throttle at this track, and
Our gap to the car
in high
front
gear
is 3.3 seconds.
Still cannot get
There's
through
3
these
laps
corners.
of fuel remaining.
That's just going to aggravate me until I eventually figure out how to do it properly. Oh, hello. Not good at all coming through there. That was terrible. See, that gives Grosjean some easy time to catch us. Luckily, we're still well ahead of that second barrier that we need to keep. But he definitely has us on the straightaway. You can see him pulling in under top speed. All right, how many laps do we have left? Yeah, about 3 laps. Okay. It's a ton of fun out here. Ooh, that was not a good corner. See, the back end did not like that at all. Yeah, Grosjean is really catching us now. Too many mistakes from me. And some good driving from him. All right, so 17th position, that's not bad, considering we started basically dead last on the field, starting shotgun. A little bit of instability coming through there. Still need to figure out how to get through
The gap
there.
to the car ahead is 3.3 seconds.
Not too bad coming through there. Still trying to figure out how much of the curve I can use and where my entry points need to be, because in some places using the curve is definitely advantageous. Other places not so much. They don't like you using that. I know down here in this area there's more on the exit curve than what I'm using. Mostly because I can't tell where that ends and the
There's
kitty
only
litter
1 lap
begins.
of fuel remaining.
And we definitely don't want to be in the kitty litter. So I'm trying to avoid that altogether. Oh, that was much better there. That was much better. Grosjean's still stalking us. Yeah, rear end wants to step out just a little bit there.
This is your final lap. Final lap
Ooh,
of the
final
race.
lap. All right, I was not expecting that. I've just gotten in a groove here. I was just having a good time. All right, can we hold off Romain Grosjean? He's within that second, so hopefully the answer to this is yes. Nope, I blew that corner, missed the apex. That didn't help our cause any at all. But fortunately, he's still back there. He's catching us, but he's still back behind us. That wasn't great. All right, we may have to defend here. This could get interesting. All right, he will not catch us, so we'll take it. Not bad at all. I was sure he was going to get in the slipstream and catch us down that last straight, but 17th position. All right, so again, I still feel like where we are, I still feel like that is behind where we need to be, but I put that straight at me. I've got to get better at these things. I'm making way too many mistakes. And overall, I'm just not driving the tracks very well.
This result, do you think?
I think that's
But it is
smart
still
time management on track and
extremely
very
fun. It's
smooth
not taking
driving
away from the fun
definitely
of it
assisted
at
in their
all.
victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations
All right,
tonight
so
amongst the Mercedes team.
Mercedes
and they
taking
certainly deserve
2 of the
it.
3 spots on the podium. Okay, not bad. Now, one thing I do want to mention to you guys, I meant to bring it up at the very beginning of the race. I got an email during the course of the practice sessions that told me that there's going to be some engine changes before next season and that we might want to work on other parts of the car. So that leads me to believe that had we spent a lot of time and effort
Let's
on
see how
the
the driver
engine.
standings have changed. Valtteri Bottas takes the top spot. He's our new Drivers' Championship leader after today's result. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
Let's move on to the constructors. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Yeah, I think that pretty well sums it up after a race. Exhausted and also very excited. So Lando Norris picked up several spots there. Let's take a look at the back of the grid. So Alesi, a couple of spots behind us. If you look at the best lap times, which by no means are a perfect gauge, we were very close on that. Grosjean, wow, he was a half second faster on his fastest lap. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do there. And of course, Magnussen with a DNF. So right now we're basically back there with the Williams cars. And we need to be higher up than that. So I got some work to do, but I'll take it. I'll take it. 17th and 19th. Let's go ahead and advance on. So we'll make our way back to the main screen. Oh, wait, never mind.
Really seemed to enjoy that. He made it look easy.
Yeah, it was anything but
You
easy,
were
that's for
cutting your
sure.
way through the field during the race.
All right, what do we want to do? So when the car handles like this, okay, I like that I don't like it saying that it's easy. I mean, we finished 17th after all. But I don't like saying it's easy, but when the car handles like this, I like bragging on the team. All right, didn't look like anyone else had as much grip. Okay, I like that one. Let's go ahead and use that.
How do you feel about this team's performance this season?
About Williams' performance, okay. You can see how hard they're working. Yes, please. with what they had to drive. Oh, no, 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 no. We don't want to down the team. We don't want to do that. Is that it?
Well, that's everything.
All right, 2 questions today. Okay, not bad. Okay, now, yeah, Gio he's got me here, so we're now tied. And I'd like to have that 1100 acclaimed for sure. Let's see what kind of boost we get. All right, very nice. We're going to be, as a team, past the halfway point on 11, so that's good. Okay, and we'll get 250K from our sponsors. Oh, look, we missed our number of laps by 1. Okay, so I'm going to have to change up the strategy a little bit. We got to get that. That's definitely within our grasp. So, but again, I've been running like 2 to 3 laps of practice, and that's literally it in a race weekend. So I'm going to have to at least start simulating or fast forwarding through time, something like that, to let some more laps come by from our teammate at least, as we try to save our stuff for these last few races. So let's go ahead and move forward. So a nice amount of cash there as we head back to the HQ. We've now got enough cash to at least sign our driver. And then, of course, we'll get some weekly resources on top of that as things run forward. All right, so we've got, I see some upgrades in the works over the next few days or weeks. We've got another season break coming up, and hopefully between now and then we'll get a lot more resource points. We've got 1100 right now, which you guys know exactly what I'm planning to do with those, and we'll see where it goes from there. But we need to make our car a lot better, but most importantly, I need to make our driver a lot better. So much fun. Hope you guys are having as much fun as I am as we continue our My Team gameplay of Formula 1 2020.